Yo, welcome to part 2 of the post-Gothic Avatar tier list. If you didn't watch part 1, make sure you do for the rationale of the rankings of the original alpha and beta avatars. With the help of my guest, Count Tolstoy, we continue ranking the avatars of sorcery. In part 2, we will cover the Arthurian Legends Avatars, Spellslinger, and Dragonlord. Let's get it. All right, Druid. There was 2 Druids, Sorcery Con top 8. Was that a fluke in your opinion, or was it is Druid actually competitive? Is it S tier? 2 of them made it. I think
Ooh,
only
that's
I think there was, if I remember, it was 6 or 5 or 6 Druids in the entire tournament, and 2 of them
a
made
pretty good
it.
conversion rate.
Yeah.
Would you say
So
it's Druid?
I mean, I think it was the players personally. I think the
Yeah,
players were
yeah.
good enough to make
Players were
top
pretty
8.
good. I think the colors were also pretty good.
I don't think it's hard mode.
Definitely not.
I don't think it is it too it might be that it's
They
too
have
fair.
eroded it.
Yeah, the
It's
nerfs.
yeah, they've
Yeah.
nerfed it to where you only get a single tawny. Okay,
You get a
right now
bodyguard
it does
still.
pretty badly against a fire deck, I would say, because your tawny's not going to survive. If
Your
it's
Tawny doesn't survive and it
yeah,
doesn't can't block.
so
And
you're
then
banking on Bruin.
you're banking on Bruin.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're in the 2 lists were water air, I believe, in the top 8.
Yep.
So you don't have the turns 1 and 2 of Necromancer, but you still run the same, essentially the same cards.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like slightly better against Necromancer because you flip and you get a body that then you can like whirling blade or you can do something with. Um, I
Yeah,
think it's
yeah.
competitive, actually. I don't think it's too fair. I think if you look at what Druid does by itself, the
It does a
Tawny,
lot.
the Tawny is like, okay, yeah, like if the Tawny lives, then like you're cooking.
Mm-hmm.
If it doesn't live, like, well, maybe in the past it was like I always have a Tawny, so maybe instead of S tier, you're not no longer S tier.
Yeah,
But when you still
Bruin
but
is kind of like a ward on yourself also.
when you flip, you're still Druid. Like, sure, maybe you don't ping when they're stepping on their own sites anymore, but like you're still Druid
Yeah.
when you flip. And so I think it's still competitive. I don't know if
Yeah.
I would build out a Druid deck over like some of these B tiers, but I think it's probably objectively still, I don't know. You get a royal bodyguard plus a passive of if they ever go onto one of your sides, you ping them for 1.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Is that static ability stronger than the active abilities of the rest of these? I guess elemental is also a passive.
Yeah. I would say so actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, just that it's pretty good
it's more
value. You start
impactful in
off
the
with the minion
void.
already.
Yeah,
If you're not playing against fire, your Tawny has a higher survival rate more than likely.
yeah.
Um,
I think it's at the bottom of A.
yeah, yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
fully convinced that
It's
Druid is
close.
back.
It's close to being
Yeah.
downgraded, but it's still pretty good.
I think a lot of people still need to learn how to play against water as well. Like
Yeah,
once
definitely.
people figure out like what's the best way to play against it, I think Druid probably won't see as much success. Like it'll still be very like pilot dependent. Like if you're really good at the game, you'll probably be able to take a Druid far.
Mm-hmm.
But Druid by itself, like it's still competitive, but I don't think it's like broken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's close to being too fair, but hey, results say otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
So right now
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
still
We'll
competitive.
respect it. We'll respect it. Templar, I'm going straight to meme tier. Is it? What do you think? Is it meme tier? And are we just trying to figure out left to right?
Hey, I'm gonna use the same argument as with Enchantress. I think it's S tier. I just don't think that there's enough players that are playing it.
There's 0 players playing
I couldn't
Templar,
say that with a
so
straight face. Oh my Templars.
it's not hard mode, right? Like it's beyond hard mode.
It's beyond hard mode.
Yeah.
You
It's probably better. It's probably worse than Avatar Water, just because Avatar Water is playing water. there are some good water
Let's
knights.
actually steelman. Let's steelman the Templar right now. Let's see what are the positives of Templar. You get to play a few of your knights, a few of your sirs.
It doesn't fix your threshold and it doesn't draw you cards.
You get to play a few of your knights and a few of your sirs that turn early. If you're able to get the right threshold, okay. What are the best knights and sirs? You know what?
What are
This is too hard.
the
It's too hard to
best? What are the
steelman this
best
guy.
knights? The best sirs and dames in the game. I don't. I mean, a lot of them don't even see a whole lot of play. Maybe like the Green Knight,
Yeah.
but like you don't really see people play King Arthur's or
No,
Queen
I think you end up having to
Guinevere's.
go inherently. You have to go fire for a Templar just
Yeah,
because you have, Brother Knight. Brother Knight's pretty good. If you get a Brother Knight out on turn 3, you get 2/3/2s. It's pretty good.
it's decent.
And of course, you also have just the goodness of the fire minions in general. You're not totally relying on it, and you're 2 powers. So if you get a Warhorse on yourself early enough, you can get
Yeah,
there, maybe, but you're still just
I
yeah,
if
no.
I look at the current sirs and knights in the game, like how many of them actually do something when they come down other than Lance? So I feel like
You
more likely than not, you'll play your like, oh, I play a yellow knight on turn 2.
Mhm.
Like this is great. And then their turn 3 is like Coin Nixie Thin Ice. They pull your guy in
No, what's even
and then
worse,
you and
Succubus.
or even a succubus. But like let's
I
just
play
say
my Yellow Knight. I play Succubus, kill your dude, take the
take
lance,
the
heal 2.
lance. Yeah, like what I was gonna say the Coin Nixie play is that like you drown and then the Coin Nixie can just pick up the lance
Mhm.
under like when it's submerged.
Yeah.
And now you have a Coin Nixie that like actually can like attack some stuff if it felt like.
Right. And I'd say back in the day, Violent was usually the bane of the knights, the yellow knights, the blue
Hmm.
knights, and those because they're 3/2s. They just die to Violent. Right now, water is kind of the same thing where
Hmm.
the,
Just the knights
the
don't do
lance
enough.
is not a good enough a defensive tool
Yeah,
for itself to keep it alive, and it's just I don't think it gets there.
I think the meta is heavily swayed by minions that have the text once on your turn.
Hmm.
Like if you look at the best minions currently in the meta, a lot of them do say once on your turn, whether it's like Baylor, the Evil Eye, or the Koi Nixies, the Abaddon Succubus, Lord of Lies, etc. Like a lot of
Hmm.
these cards that say once on your turn are some of the most impactful
Yep.
minions currently in the game because it's like a genesis that keeps happening.
Yeah, you get
And
good value each turn.
a lot of the knights now are like they're just a dude with a lance where they're just gonna
Either with an impactful Genesis
yeah
or a Death Right.
yeah
That's pretty much it.
yeah and those two things aren't really like taking over games anymore. And then you still have with the Templar, you still have to overcome the threshold requirement
Hmm.
part. And so yeah, maybe they cost one less, but you need like more sites for threshold, and so it's kind of like two like opposing things happening. And
Right.
I think we spent way too much time on Templar.
We tried Templar mains. If you're out there and you're playing Templar and you got good results, put a link in the comments of your
Please,
list, please.
I will make
We're
a whole video on Templar if you give me a good list.
we'll play it.
Okay, so um okay, no, so not corruptor yet. Let's finish off Arthurian Legends.
Okay, yeah.
So Archimago,
I'd say
I
it's
think
still
it's S
competitive.
tier.
S
I think
tier
Archimago's S
results
tier.
would say otherwise, sir.
Results? What results? Maybe that's maybe that's a what results, I guess, is what I think Archimago's S tier, dude. Like I wholeheartedly think that people just don't play Archimago in paper.
There's not enough people that play it.
There's not enough people who play it in paper, but if you play online, like Archimago will like take you to town.
Uh,
Like,
I would say that for a lot of players, when you're making a new deck or you're making changes to your current deck, you
mhm,
always have that question. Well, what about the Archimago matchup? So
that has to be S. If everyone is literally saying to themselves, "What cards do I have in my deck to beat Archimago?" Then that must mean.
But if everyone's already applied these, I guess you could say,
Oh,
answers
you're saying if
against it,
everyone's running answers and it's no longer S?
then it's no longer S. People have figured out, or at
So
least
so
partially
is
figured
it
out, how to beat this type of matchup.
so you're saying it's S if they're not running Cemetery Hate, but if they are, it's still a competitive deck.
Yeah, yeah, and almost everyone has some type of cemetery hate right now. A lot of
I think
colors
the
have it.
lowest I'd go is high A for Archimago. That would be the lowest. I'm willing to
It's
go
pr-
bottom of S. I'm willing to
uh,
go bottom of S. Like it could be like,
what did I say before? That S kind of dictates what the other colors do, and I
isn't that
guess
what my
Archimago kind of does. He's
it's
dictating like,
it
hey, like you
it's
better
got to
be
be
playing these
S.
hyenas, you better be playing these
Exactly.
plague pits. What are some other cemetery hate
Core
cards?
Crematory,
That's all fire so far.
Return to Nature. It's a water magic that shuffles 3 cards to the bottom.
Who? Return to Nature, a
Return to
card that no
Nature.
one ever plays. Thank
Some
you.
people play in their collections. I would
Okay.
play it. Um, I think Archimago's bottom of S at the very least. If it's not bottom of S, top of like results say that Avatar of Air is better,
Yeah.
but I think Archimago, especially not just like in NA, but in Europe, like there's a lot of Archimago players. There's just when you see one, you're like, oh, I actually can't do anything against this deck.
Yeah. All right. You know what?
It's got to be S tier.
I would say that if you paired up equal experience, like really good Archimago player against really good Battle Mage player, Archimago wins
Okay.
it.
It's got to be
And
S
it's like
tier.
that with the majority of the matchups. I would agree. I
Yeah.
would say Archimago, even though we haven't really seen an Archimago even win a
It
tournament,
hasn't
right?
won recently, but
It did run a Crossroads, did it not?
there
Didn't it
there
get
there
first
are
at the
like
Crossroads?
two. There's
Yeah, at the
more
same
than two,
tournament,
I'm
there was
pretty
two
sure.
Archies in the top four.
Yeah.
I think that was in the Germany one, Glenkirch.
Is that Gothic? Post Gothic?
Was it?
I can't I don't
It was not. It was
I feel
not.
like I
It
have
was
some
before.
like a gap there in like my knowledge
Hmm.
of like what's happening in Europe post Gothic, but like
We haven't
Archimago
really
for
heard much
sure.
about what's happening in Europe post Gothic.
Maybe it's because organized play hasn't like fully taken
True.
off.
I think that's it. There hasn't been like a big. I mean, us over here.
Archimago's S tier.
Yeah,
I
us
think we
over
can
here.
agree
We've
with that
gotten a
now.
few
Yes,
big tournaments.
we can agree. Archimago's S tier. There was one list that was 6 and 2. That if it would have gone to the top 8, I feel like it probably would have made some
I think
noise.
I know what was holding it back though.
It wasn't.
It was playing Earth.
It was Fire Earth or Earth Fire,
It
I
was
think.
playing Earth. That's what
Well,
held
you
it
have to
back.
run Craterize, so
Yeah, yeah, and you got to run Divine Healings. Yeah, I would say even though it didn't get top 8, there's not as many people playing it, and I think it just has really good conversion rates
mhm.
for the more people that play it, the more experienced players that are playing it.
Yeah.
They make it work. They understand the importance of card advantage, and Archie just kind of gives you all that
Mhm.
and
It
more.
gives you inevitability, which is
Yeah.
something that not a lot of like you'll see the cards in Archimago Cemetery and you're like,
You're already forced to play a certain
I
way when you
can't
see
do
that.
anything against that. Like
There's also
I
that
guess
fear
I just
factor,
lose.
you know?
Because the thing with Archimago is that you know you're gonna lose when you see the stuff in the cemetery and you can't do anything about it. Whereas against other people, you may not know you're gonna lose because their cards are in their hand.
Oh
And
yeah, it's a more merciful death.
it's not merciful. It's more like it's not even desperate. What's the word? It's like you're at their mercy. Like you have to hope that they don't play it correctly in order to beat you at that point. But you know that they're Archimago players, so they know what they're doing.
Hmm.
So I guess that's what I'm trying to say is that you're able to see the way you're gonna lose without being able to stop it. Like if they craterize you and you go to door and you just look at the craterize in your cemetery, you're just like, ah.
So you just
I
do
guess I'm
toolbox,
losing.
makeshift barricade.
Okay, well you're already dead, so
No, you just makeshift barricade.
okay, it's S tier.
Yeah, I'd say it's S tier
Okay,
still.
okay. We forgot one beta avatar, Spellslinger. There is a rainbow foil Spellslinger out there.
There is.
By Good Luck Bad.
Mm-hmm.
Is Spellslinger considered too fair or is it hard mode? Or is it competitive?
I would say take any other color with Spellslinger.
Because his list is water.
It
And
was
I've
water.
played him twice currently, even with my Geomaster list.
Mm-hmm.
And I have lost both games again. So like,
oh, that's rough, buddy.
So Spellslinger, so it could be that like he's just so good, but I also think that seeing so many cards in the early game sets you up to have like a decent mid game.
You
And
see
then
one extra card.
do you see one extra card?
You start off with 4 spells.
You start off with 4, but if you mulligan 3,
You've seen 7.
You've seen 7, and most people, I guess, it's
Well, is
still
that
only
the same
one.
thing with Seer?
But you already have it in hand.
You see 3, you mulligan all 3, that's 6, and then you Seer again, that's 7.
Well, he would tell you Good Luck Bad, right? His name's Sunny, right? I think it's Sunny.
Yeah.
I think he would tell you that that one extra card is like a mix, or it's a ring, or it's like a something that didn't cost him a card to draw.
Couldn't you just do that with Seer?
No, because Seer doesn't draw you a card. It just helps you look at it.
It doesn't let you draw it, right? But
Yeah.
hey, maybe I don't need this card. I could put it to the bottom now, and hopefully I get something even better. You get to mulligan every turn.
So you're saying Spellslinger's hard mode? Like
Like
if you're playing Spellslinger, since you have a generic avatar that you only draw one extra card in the game and then that's it, you're basically hard mode.
Yeah, I would say so.
So Good Luck Bad is playing hard mode and winning.
I mean, it's one deck.
It's one
I
deck.
would say.
It's just him.
It's
essentially.
just him.
I haven't seen anyone else.
Literally, I mean,
yeah. I think it's hard mode. It's hard mode. Like there's a rainbow foil out there, but that was hard mode for sure.
That was the
because he did it in Arthurian Legends.
That was the meme that turned into a dream and became C tier.
So, so Spellslinger is D tier, but because Sunny took it to the top 8 before water was good,
yeah,
it's got to be C at least. I'll take it. If another one goes top 8, then we'll put it up to B.
Yeah. Every time
top 4 if it gets you know what, top 8. It doesn't even have to get top 4. Like it's top 8. Okay, so let's do where are we at? Witch?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the rest are Dragonlord and Gothic, which is what probably most people were waiting for if they didn't skip ahead already.
Yeah, who cares about the Gothic avatars?
Which is hard mode. I don't think it's meme tier. I think it's hard mode. Like if you play this, you're probably playing a specific strategy of like trying to get your opponent to door as quickly as possible.
Which you're playing fire and you end up falling into the same trap as people that are trying to play fire that aren't playing Pathfinder or Sorcerer.
So it's hard mode.
Is that you don't see enough cards in the end. There isn't that inevitability factor.
Well, you're doing
you do have the inevitability of getting them to door, but that's 10 turns.
They'll get you to door first.
They'll get you to door first.
Yeah, I can see that.
I just hate it because there's specifically anti-battle mage text
on
the card, -3 power on an avatar. What was the point of that?
That felt targeted.
And I took it personally.
I don't think anyone really does the make your opponent's spell cost 1 more. Like I feel like it could be useful. Like if
like
you
nobody plays Tax Collector.
Like if you know, like they're at 4 mana and they're like, oh, next turn they're gonna draw a sight and then they could potentially play their poison over or something. Like what if you preemptively just do the thing that makes their next spell
like
cost
doing
1.
It on turn 8 against the Archimago so that their Craterize cost 9?
Yeah. You'll live one more turn, and then you'll get craterized the
Hey,
next
maybe
turn.
that's all you need.
Probably
How
not.
many?
You probably
How
need
many
way more than that.
How many situations are there where it's double death's door? That actually happens a lot. High level
There's
play,
no
it ends up
shot.
happening a
There's
lot.
no shot. Well, in your hypothetical of Archimago against Witch, I think Archimago draws at least one divine healing, and then Witch will never get that.
Well, let's think about it. If Archimago
Mm-hmm.
has a lot of spells that specifically deal with minions, and say you're not doing that much with minions with Witch,
you're
you're
just
just
doing 2
pinging.
life every
You're just
turn.
pinging. Oh, they divine healing. Okay, well that's just 4
But you
more
don't
turns.
develop any sites. How are you going to control the board when Archimago plays tokens or anything else?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, you'll just do 2 every turn,
There's
but
been some really spicy token Archimago lists that I've been seeing that run like guards and
I think
what's it
it's
called? Harvest Festival also.
hard mode, and because it has 3 different things it could do, it's probably just better than Spellslinger. And
Yeah.
Spellslinger is better than Seer because Spellslinger just draws you the card
It gets you the card, yeah.
versus okay, yeah, I like this left to right. This is probably correct
Mhm.
still. Most likely correct. Okay, last one before we get to Gothic. We're only an hour and 20 minutes in. Dragonlord. I will say I think Dragonlord was in the fair tier before,
Mhm.
and now it's just hard mode tier. And that's because not Mix, Ignis Rex.
Yeah.
He does well when you use the Ignis Rex ability, it does 3 damage. The Draconian Hellkite, the air dragon,
Yep.
does 3 damage.
And it gets you tokens.
Essentially, what I'm saying is that 3 damage is just not enough anymore.
It's not enough.
There's warded minions. There's 4 power butts on the board. Like
Hey, 4 power is the new 3, as a wise man once said.
4 power is really common now, essentially, and Dragon Lord doesn't do 4 damage. Like you could give it a dagger, but like if you give it a poison dagger, like okay, but how many
Yeah.
poison daggers are gonna run
I
your
would
deck? And I
say.
think the more poison daggers you play,
Mhm.
the less competitive your deck is.
Yeah, I would say in the Ignis Rex version, you
Yeah,
do have deserts.
you
You
have
have a lot of
deserts.
deserts, so that's essentially the 4. So that's, you know, I would
Maybe
actually.
against Savior, like you'll be okay because a lot of their minions are like
Right, but even just the 4 power minions in general, if you
yeah,
do desert
desert
into your
into
ability, that still
sure.
kills them. So I wouldn't say that it's exactly hard mode.
You think it's
I
too fair?
I think it's in the fair tier
I
right
think
now.
I honestly think that if Dragon Lord, if there were more, what's the water one called? Baton Draconis.
And Draconis.
I think if there was more of those, they would see success because we mentioned earlier that a lot of the water decks now, like their minions aren't even submerged, like they don't
Right.
have submerged keyword. So if you're just walking around as like the submerging things, like it could actually be pretty decent. The only problem obviously is that they can like intercept you if you walk onto their side and like all this kind of stuff. But
Well, I
maybe, what
would.
about a control Dragon Lord in water? Anything that gets to you, you just transform and then you submerge it.
You have to be there.
Yeah, well, if you're like against aggro, if they're coming on top of you, then like you just transform and then you just whoop,
Wave Shaper
shoot.
just does it better at that point.
Yeah, it doesn't cost you 3
It
either.
doesn't cost you 3. I would say.
You think it's a bottom of 2 fair? I think it's a bottom of 2 fair.
I think it depends on the colors right now. I think the
Yeah.
fire one, it actually does give you that inevitability.
Well, they
So
can't escape you
they
once
can
they're at
escape
door.
you.
It's pretty hard to get away from
Yeah.
Dragon Lord. That's true.
And it doesn't have to be a fire spell that you discard. It just has to be a fire card. So
Hmm.
you can draw your spell for the turn, tap to draw sight, and discard that sight.
Yeah, yeah,
So you essentially are drawing two spells that turn. You got a
yeah,
minor
yeah.
explosion every time that you just tap, and some other
What I,
fire
what I
thing.
will say about Dragon Lord is that you are able to run main board droughts.
Yeah.
Like I've done that in the past, and if you're not playing against water, then you just use that drought as a minor explosion with your
Mm-hmm.
ability. But I guess the bottom of 2
I
fair.
think right.
It's definitely not competitive.
I think I would actually put it above Flamecaller. If you're gonna go fire for fire, I think Dragonlord just
Does more.
does more
Okay, I can see that.
because you do get like the burst damage of Flamecaller if
Mm,
you know the game goes long enough, but Dragonlord kind of gives you that consistent damage. I think
yeah,
after I'd say turn 5 is when you start seeing, you know, at least 5 damage a turn coming out of the Dragonlord.
yeah, yeah. I can see that. Yeah, I guess you're trading like consistent 3 damage over like the flame collar once you exile your or
And your stuff
banish.
has to die
Once
with
you
Flamecaller.
banish your cemetery, it's like poof, it's gone.
Mhm.
Also, like the cemetery hate that affects Archimago and Death Speaker, like it affects Flamecaller even more because Flamecaller doesn't have a way to draw cards.
Yep, yep. I would say it's definitely better than Flamecaller.
I'm,
There's
I'm kind of talking myself into putting hard is Flamecaller hard mode actually, considering the amount of cemetery hate. I think it's hard mode. Actually hard mode.
yeah, there hasn't
I
I'm
think
trying to think because I've been to a lot of tournaments.
yeah.
Like pretty much the majority of 2025, all I was doing was just traveling to all these
Mm-hmm.
different places, right? Went to all the SCG cons, even
Mm-hmm.
went to Chicago for one of the Explorer Series events, Gen Con,
Right.
and just Flamecaller. Right, this isn't Gothic, right? Gothic was just released, but Flamecaller, even then, just wasn't really there. It's not there right now. I don't think either.
Yeah, in a
Uh,
one-off match, it'll probably be okay, but in like a tournament setting where you have to go 7-1,
mhm.
like going 7-1 flame caller is it's definitely hard mode.
Yeah.
100% hard mode.
Mhm.
Okay. And then
Definitely.
you think so too fair at the bottom for Dragonlord?
Um,
I think it
I think the
is.
fire one is actually really good. It's actually better than I think even Elementalist, just because, like I said, after turn
Really?
5, you're you
But,
got consistent damage at that point. You're
hmm.
flying and you're dealing 3. Uh, and they can't prevent that.
Yeah, I
They
guess.
have to have like the
I think that
makeshift
the
barricade.
hurdle I can't cross is just the fact that everything has 4 power now. Like most stuff is 4 power. Like in your case where you're like flying around doing stuff, like you can't play a sight, fly around, and then still do the 3
Yeah, but let's
damage.
think about the other fire minions, right? There's Colicky Dragonettes, there's Kobolds,
I
there's Violymps,
guess.
there's One Shot Wizard, and there's Deserts.
Yeah, but all those things you can play in every other deck. Like how does that make Dragon
Yeah, but
Lord
not every other
specific
deck does the 3
the 3
damage.
extra?
Yeah.
Well, it's 3 extra for 3 mana, like
Mhm.
mm. And
3
you're still
mana and you
discarding a
discard.
card,
You make
so
it a minor explosion. It's essentially a
on
better
demand minor
it's a
explosion.
better version of Avatar Fire at that point.
Well, Avatar of Fire, of course.
Yeah.
But okay, I'm okay with it being bottom of 2 fair. I don't know
All
if I
right.
would. I don't think I would
Definitely
put
not
it.
competitive just yet, but
Yeah,
don't think that just because you see a Dragon Lord with an Ignis is that's not an easy win. That is not an easy
easy
win.
dubs.
No.
If you made it to the end of part 2, you are a gentleman and a scholar. Let me know in the comments below if you agree or disagree with the tier list. Spellslinger was a bit of a tough one to assess, and I'm curious to see what y'all think about him specifically. Friday will be the last installment of the Avatar tier list, finally getting to those Gothic avatars. Hope to see you there. Thank you for your time and take care.